to Dancers Doing Stuff. You've been getting a lot of me lately with the Sunday episodes as well, so very exciting to be here. Today, I'm going to be talking to my friend Maya of Maya Moves. She is an awesome dancer, a fitness professional, and she's also really inspiring because she has created kind of this brand for herself and her own business, and has just really taken charge, especially on the online space during this quarantine. She's really delved into TikTok, which is funny because we work at a studio together, and we would always be like, what is this TikTok situation? And I kind of was hesitant to go with it, and she jumped in, and she has done so many cool things. So speaking of TikTok, I wanted to show two really funny videos that she's made that I love so much, and I think it really shows her personality and just kind of fun ways that she stays creative when she's not dancing, when she's not being physically working out all the time, which she does a lot. She is the most physical, hyper person maybe in my life, and she is so funny and fun. So I'm going to show you these videos. So let's see. Here we go.
Hi everyone, can you see me? Lucy, can you hear me now? Okay, go back. Okay, before we get started, I'm just gonna mute everyone, bye. Okay, try again. 5, 6, oh my God, everyone is frozen. What's wrong with, okay, let's try it all together. Wait, should I start over? Let's start over, let's start over. 5, 6, hey, that was amazing. Awesome job, you guys, bye, see you next, okay, time to do it again.
Amazing. I love those videos so much. They're so funny, and the Zoom one is so real because we were teaching Zoom classes all since March all the way through the summer, and we had some really ridiculous experiences with it, so it's definitely been a learning challenge. So now that I've spoken all of the great things I have to say about Maya, let's bring
Thanks! Wow, what a warm welcome.
It's so good to see you, not when
Thank
we're
you.
teaching on Zoom. It's fun to get to see you virtually a different way.
It's basically the same, but love it. Different format.
Yeah, you don't have to sweat this time.
So true. I was actually really looking forward to this for not having to dance tonight.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I wanted you to share a little bit about your dance history, where you're from, what's the story of Maya?
Sure. Wow, where do I start? I started dancing, so I'm primarily just a dancer. Yes, I TikTok. Maybe that's a different category nowadays, but I'm just a dancer. I don't sing very well. I kind of act a little bit, but only on TikTok. Anyway, so I started dancing when I was in 3rd grade, which is kind of young. I'm old for being a professional dancer.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so as you can imagine, my technique was really bad in 3rd grade, as anyone would be. So I was kind of thrown into a class of girls that were way better than me. So from my first dance class experience, I've always been kind of the underdog, which I think has really made me the businesswoman that I am now, because I fight for the ones that are kind of hard, that kind of lose themselves in class and can't pick up choreography, or I feel for the ones that are a little bit, I don't know, not even slower or behind, but need things in a different way. So I started dancing, 3rd grade, and then I decided to major in dance because that's truly all I can do. And so I majored in dance. In college, I transferred. I went to Hobart Williams Smith my first year, majored in dance, didn't love the school, was a little too small for me. So I went to Elon, and I danced with the Elon dance program for the remaining 3 years of my college experience. And then I went on to live in Israel for the year after graduation because I was kind of avoiding the New York City life because I was a little scared. I grew up in Connecticut, so New York would have been my first destination. Um, so I kind of held off New York, went to Israel for a year, came back, and decided to move to New York because that was the thing to do. Um, and in the midst of moving in within the first month, I was just obviously getting turned away from auditions, just like literally everyone else has experienced with all the rejection. But I just come back from Israel with all this really great technique, and I was like, no, 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 I'm ready to be booked. Like now I know that I'm ready. Why am I not getting booked? And I know that our youth is really important, so I know that these years are the ones that I should be really making money while dancing physically. So I started my own business, not really knowing what I was doing. The name Maya Moves was because I wanted to start a new Instagram just to have like a resume. I didn't know what I was going to post on it. And I was like, I actually don't have any videos of me dancing because believe it or not, I really wasn't one to like post a lot. Now it's kind of hard to believe because I post myself all the time. But yeah, and it's kind of evolved from there. And Maya Moves now is like a big umbrella brand, like you said, of a bunch of different things that I have now.
Yeah, I love that. It's so awesome, and I don't know, it's so inspiring just to see like how you've really taken on your own. I don't know how to explain it. I'm like having a loss of words. You're like you've really taken charge of your life and your business, and you're not like you're not waiting for other people to hire you. You are creating the opportunities for yourself, and then going out there and making different things and getting creative with that. And I think that that is so cool. Plus, you're awesome at branding. Like you have all these things. It's so cool. And I know that you also have a history of working at a summer camp, and that is something that I also have like very strong connections with my summer camp.
Best job of my life.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's literally like, if I could be at summer camp all year round, I would.
Yep, easily.
And so, for our craft today, which is kind of, honestly, I'm not going to lie to anyone who's watching, it was kind of a crazy situation. We had this idea because, well, actually, Maya, you have a finished one here. So
I do.
We've been seeing these around.
Yeah, I've been inspired by these mask chains. This one's actually made by young entrepreneurs, Bracelets for Heroes, I believe, and they donate their proceeds to different charities every month, and they're young girls just beating away during quarantine. I thought it was awesome.
I love
so they gave me one that says Maya Moves.
That
Pretty
is
nice.
So cute. Yeah, this one is it looks way better than whatever I'm going to come up with today.
You never know.
Because I walked 2 miles yesterday to the craft store to try and pick up some craft supplies because we are making these masked chains. Kind of like if you've ever seen like some older kind of stylish ladies.
Older women glasses.
You know, they have the glasses, they have the little side thing with it looks like a necklace for your glasses. So this is the new craze of the pandemic. Perfect. Such amazing creative things are coming out of 2020.
Right?
Focus on all the great things. So we're gonna try and make these, but because yesterday when I went to the craft store, it was closed for deep cleaning, which was a fun surprise.
That's great.
So I couldn't get the supplies and give them to Maya before today. So I got them this morning. I've honestly never tested out this, but I have an idea of what we're going to do. So I'm going to be walking through it, and Maya's just going to be like emotional support.
Entertaining.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
I'm learning so that I can do it myself.
Yeah,
exactly. I truly.
So I got some of this Stretch Magic string here, and I'm just gonna. This is just an experiment. So we're just gonna like cut this some random amount,
at a long length, maybe.
Yeah, like
I wonder how they decided what length to do because I kind of like this one.
Yeah, that one was really good. They must have. I need to ask these girls.
They're pros. They're pros.
They really are. This seems maybe too long. It's very hard to see because the string is clear, but
love it.
Basically, what you do is instead of how you would do with like a regular beaded thing, you put these lobster little hooks
Yeah, that's what these have.
on the end. And we're going to use some crimp beads. If anyone out there has ever done any beading at summer camp, you'll be familiar with this. And so basically you put the crimp beads on, you thread this through, and you make a nice little claspy hook thing. And then from there you just string it on as much as you want. I have some little smiley face beads that are
Cute.
Some of them are a little creepy, so I might have to do a little digging to find some good ones. And then I have some seed beads.
Ooh, very cute.
Yeah, and then I also got, because I was inspired by yours, some little word beads. So I'm going to be playing with this, and yeah, I wanted to, while I do this, just hear a little bit more about what exactly is Maya Moves.
Sure. So it's so hard to define because it's always changing. I think if you would ask me 2 years ago when I started it, I probably would have said it's just a beginner dance class. But that's because it started as I was at my friend's apartment on a Friday night, and we were listening to Boys by Lizzo, and I was dancing around with some killer choreo because I can't hide that I know how to dance. And my friends were like, okay, Maya, like teach us that. And so we spent the night doing this dance. Obviously, like when we were kids, you would record it and you'd be funny doing it in your pajamas. And that's exactly what we did. We recorded it and I was like, okay, wait, this is something I should probably post on my new Maya Moves Instagram. Again, that was something that I thought was just a resume builder. So I uploaded it and then I was like,
time actually, like,
I
what
know.
year was this? Because
this was 2018 summer of 2018.
Yeah, so that's kind of, I feel like that's kind of when, like around that time when Instagram really became vital.
And business.
Visual, yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what I had realized because I was like, I don't have enough time to go to all the auditions. And so I was like, what's another way that I can be proactive about finding job opportunities? So I was like, if anyone were to come across this Instagram and book me, I have to have it ready, which hasn't happened yet. But, you know, if anyone wants to, hit me up. Anyway, so I was like, okay, I'll just like post some videos. So that was my first video. And then within a few days, I was like, all right, maybe I should just host a class for people my age that's just like a feel-good dance class, something that, again, the vibe of being in your friend's basement and just doing choreography because nothing's more fulfilling than like knowing the same dance in sync. So I hosted a class, and with the word of mouth and my friends being mostly in New York City, everyone brought a friend, and I had a really great turnout for my first dance class that I rented a studio in Times Square for. And after that, I kind of just made it a weekly thing. At the time, I was working 7 different jobs, running around the city, teaching kids and working like front desks. And so at the end of the day, once a week on Wednesdays, I would host my class. And every time I would do a class differently. Every time I would teach a new combination. But I never really understood the beginning of my class because what ended up happening was for a few months I was just teaching dance and everyone was like, this is so much fun, this is so great. I was getting people's confidence back. I was getting people that used to dance in high school that kind of dropped it but like knew how fun it was just to like learn choreography. And in the city, it's really intimidating, especially as a dancer as is, to go to a class at Broadway Dance Center or Steps. It's intimidating, and I can't imagine how it feels being someone who like really hasn't danced in a while. But there really, in my eyes, weren't those kind of classes. So I just wanted that kind of feel-good community vibe. But with being in your 20s, anyone who's going to pay for a class that isn't a dancer needs more fitness. So I was like a little stumped because to this day, I've really never thought of dance as fitness. I guess just as a kid, it was always better your technique. It wasn't like better your body. It wasn't like, let's do these planks and mountain climbers on the floor as a kid. I didn't think it was for fitness. It was to build, one, to like be drilled to do something, but it was to build your core to then dance better. So it wasn't even just to like have abs because we're children.
Right.
So in college, like I really didn't see the correlation between fitness and dance because ballet was so physical, but it's not something you would see in a fitness class. I mean, everyone's turned.
Plus, even like dancers have to do so much extra cross training in order to like even
so much.
Because dance, if you're dancing all the time, it's like that's not enough to actually be the exercise that you need. That's like your base level.
Yeah, that's your class time. Then you have to like do everything outside of it. Yeah. So after a few months, I think I was teaching from about September, August to all the way through December. I was just teaching beginner dance classes, just promoting it as beginner dance, and had really great turnout. I put myself on ClassPass, I put myself on Gym Pass, and all these like different ways to get out in the world.
That's really like you weren't
Thanks.
scared to like
No.
do that. Like you went like full out right from the start. Like that is so
I
inspiring.
really, thank you. There was definitely a flame under my butt that first year and I'm so grateful for it. I definitely don't have it anymore. But that first year was so clear, like I was doing what I should have been doing. And I did all the dirty work that one year that now I'm kind of like, I have that year to look back on. Yeah, I wasn't afraid of anything for some reason. At the same time, which was really interesting, when I was developing my own class, I was also auditioning for, I kind of stopped going to open call auditions for things that I like thought I wanted. And I started to get into the fitness world, and I auditioned for pretty much every dance fitness boutique company in New York City. I think I auditioned for over 9 different studios and was rejected from all of them.
Which is so crazy. Like, if they saw like what you've created now, they would be kicking themselves.
Well, you think that, but I don't know. I think it's we're both on the same page where it's like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't have been there, because it obviously made me focus more on my own brand. And I think it may have intimidated them to think like I could steal what they have, which I totally understand. So, which I would never do. And I was totally doing it as a way to just stay physical and keep teaching. But I stuck to my own thing, and without just using my dance training and what I've picked up from other fitness classes, seeing what goes in a dance fitness class, I tried every little different thing in my class. And still to this day, I'm still playing around with like what my dance fitness class is, because again, I just don't think dance fitness is jumping jacks. Like I was not taught, I never did a jumping jack in a dance class. So like maybe that's in its own category, but I just think people do that really well, and I do other things really well, and it's not jump jacking. It's just follow along dance. And while it may not be the sweatiest follow along dance class you ever have, like there's still so much you're getting out of a dance class besides fitness. Yeah, I went through a long time just like teaching myself the ins and outs of Instagram, which I think I'm still learning, because Instagram is always changing and the algorithm is always changing, and it really is, and it's really annoying. So I've taken like a few Instagram courses and just things to like teach myself. And then with that, I was able to take, like you said, I went to camp. So last summer, I don't know if we say last summer at this point, like the summer before quarantine summer.
Right. This past summer,
because
I feel like it doesn't count.
It's
I don't
over.
Even know.
Yeah.
How is it October right now? I don't
freaks
understand.
me out. It's all of a sudden cold out. Like I don't understand. But last summer in real life, I was a dance director at my sleepaway camp that I used to go to for 7+ years. So it was the most, beyond being in the same place, like you said, like in the same place where you grew up in, that's just like so fulfilling. I was able to literally have my own dance program from scratch. They usually they would have dance instructors come in and out, but no one had really made like a program and had the intentions of sticking to it. So I was coming in being like, all right, I'm going to be coming every summer. Let's make this a real structure. And it was such a good example for me to see, to actually go back to teaching dance, because for the past year in the city, I was teaching like beginner hip hop to adults and kind of doing fitness, and then teaching kids like after school dance, which is not as serious as like a dance studio. Right. So I was able to kind of like come back to my roots and teach contemporary and teach jazz and like real technique. And it was the best feeling. So I kind of came back after that summer being like, all right, I need that as well in my Maya Moves umbrella. So, and then that summer I also rebranded. I kind of like took a break from Instagram and all this New York City bubble, fitness bubble, which is so crazy to be in. I was able to take a step back, kind of rebrand, think of what I want out of the next year. And that still didn't mean, as you know, I was not working full time for Maya Moves until, I would say now I'm working pretty full time after the quarantine. But last year I started with teaching at Eastside, and I was teaching at a few other studios, because being a business owner does not pay yourself. Even if you're charging who knows what an hour, it is still not paying anything. So, especially living in the city. So, yeah, and now it's kind of developed under, I do wedding dances, I do bachelorette parties, birthday parties, I do private lessons, I just want to offer anyone that needs movement, come to me. So like a flash mob for an engagement, I would love to do that. If it's like, I was asked to do not a wedding dance, but a family, I think you know this, a family came to me and said, we want to surprise the groom. This whole family wants to do a dance. So like I
So
taught
cute.
I've taught senior citizens because I just think bringing dance to anyone is so easy. If you're in a chair, if you're not, I just know how to bring like a good vibe to a class and not intimidate anyone. I always like when people come take my class and think they're like a really awkward dancer. And while, listen, it's not an overnight transformation, you can see them feeling really confident once they get the choreography at the end of class. And that's like the most fulfilling thing I can feel.
Yeah, I think that is it's so true because dance is so powerful. It really is. And like, I don't know, especially during this pandemic and everything, I mean, dancers have really been hit really hard and,
Absolutely.
the arts and everything. But it's crazy that people still don't see it as essential when literally everyone, like, dance makes everyone feel something. It makes them
Everyone.
feel better, it makes them feel happy, or it helps them, seeing like a sad emotional dance is sometimes a way that people can live those emotions that they don't really know how to
Totally.
express out loud. And it's just bonkers to me that people don't register how much it means to them in their life and see the value of it. And
I know.
so,
And
I
in
don't
theater in
know.
general, art in general, like I don't think people who have any connection to arts really see how valuable it is and how much they need it and how much they see it every day on TV, the commercials. That's all art, and no one sees that that's not going to happen in the next few months if we don't go back to normal.
Yeah, like
It's
everything that everyone has been binge watching. Like, who do you think made that? I don't know. It's crazy to me. But I think something that I want to get into, first we're going to play a game, but I'm going to give a little teaser of getting into it because I think that strangely, TikTok has kind of done a really great job at bringing dance into the like social norm, cultural bubble of things, which is so crazy. But before we get into that, because I know you have like a lot to say about TikTok and share, I wanted to just give a quick update on what I've been doing. I've been threading these beads. I know I'm kind of far away from the camera. I think it's looking pretty good. I think I'm doing an okay job for someone who has no idea what they're doing. So I will keep an update for you guys, and I'll definitely post a picture after I'm done. But it is time for our very first game. So let's see a little. Let me put the little. Ooh, it's time for Would You Rather. So if you are watching live at all, this is a time where you can interact with us. You can say what you would like to, what you would rather do. And I see my friend Erica has just posted on YouTube. Thanks for being on YouTube, Erica. She commented that she had flashbacks to when we used to do Insanity in college with jumping jacks. I think when you were talking about the jumping jacks and the fitness stuff, we tried.
definitely people going to conventions doing jumping jacks. I was just like never the one to do it.
Literally, we tried to do Insanity while we were. My friend Erica, she went to Smith with me, and we were dance majors there, and we tried to do Insanity and like really cross train and like get our. It is so hard. I really wish I was the type of person who just loved working out. That's something that I'm trying to learn to love.
Let me tell you, I still don't love it, and I do it all day long. So
You literally do.
like I really do it all day. Like today, I did fitness and dance like for at least a few hours today.
Insane. Okay,
Fun
our
time.
first question. If anyone out there is watching, feel free to let us know what you would rather do. All right. Would you rather get bitten by a dog every time you go outside, or get stung by a scorpion each time you have a drink? both.
A drink of what?
I don't know if it's an alcoholic drink or just any drink. I'm gonna say
Okay.
any drink.
Hmm.
I mean, right
Well,
now
seeing as though
we're
I
not
don't,
going outside.
seeing as how I don't drink water and or truly probably haven't drinking anything today.
So
Oh, my
bad.
frozen. I'm gonna choose a Scorpio because I do step outside more. Or Scorpion, sorry.
Yeah, I know. We haven't been outside much. Really, I've only been outside starting in September, so if I got bit every time I went outside by a dog, it really wouldn't be that many dog bites. So, not too bad.
Good.
All right, next one. We randomly pick some. Oh my gosh, this one's like a little. This one's a little aggressive.
Oh God.
Would you rather have explosive diarrhea every morning when you wake up? We're getting very personal here.
All right, I'm listening.
Or have to wear summer clothes all through each winter. So would you rather be aggressively having a situation
The
in
toilet
the bathroom,
as you wake up.
or be freezing cold?
Tough decision. What would you choose?
Oh, that was fun.
I don't know. I get cold like truly very easily, but going to the bathroom like that's like it's a pretty aggressive wake up every day.
But maybe if you wore enough summer clothes,
Right,
there's no
they didn't
limit
tell
to
us
how many
layers.
yeah.
Right.
And some summer clothes are not necessarily there might be light long sleeves.
Like light sweater. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go with the summer
a
clothes.
light zip up. That still I think counts as summer clothes. So I'm gonna say summer clothes in the winter.
For sure.
Okay, last one. We have a viewer.
We have a response.
She said Natalie would pick to be cold in the summer instead of the diarrhea. I think that's.
So she agrees. Yeah.
Choice. Yeah, I think we're all like making the best choice.
On the same page.
Yeah. Okay, last one. Would you rather have a pigtail for a nose or be invisible to everyone forever?
Oh,
This is hard.
so sad. I don't think I want to be invisible to everyone.
I know, that would really affect your business.
What do you do with your life? Yeah, exactly. What do you do?
But then also having a pigtail. It's not even a pig nose as a nose.
It really gets. But you know what? I would do the pigtail and just chop it so that's just like a little puff.
Wow.
No. Just chop the hair so that it's like a little puff of a pony.
Oh.
And then that's it.
It would be maybe a little swirly cute. I mean, you would definitely be
Yeah. I would definitely have the ponytail nose.
Yeah, I think so. I think I would pick that too. Okay. Great. Would you rather? These are always so weird, but I love them because part of the reason I do this show is because I really want to kind of break down the barrier of just like dancers and being these like perfect little vessels for other people's stories. And I think that Would You Rather really is a fun way to like get into the brain of a person and see what they're really like. So I love doing that. So thank you for indulging me. So moving forward from that, I would love to talk about TikTok and like your experience on there, and like you've gotten really creative. I know you started out doing like just the dance ones, but in the last few months you have just gotten so creative. So I'd love to know your story with TikTok and kind of how you come up with fun ideas for that.
All right, so I owe TikTok for all of that. So like you said, we both downloaded it in similar time, and we were both like our kids were coming to class. All of a sudden, we blinked, and everyone came to class, and everyone was doing the TikTok moves.
Yeah.
And we were like, "Whoa, no!" So we had to download it to see what's going on. Yeah. So we did, and you and I posted, I think, one of my first TikToks together. And we were like, I think we should just learn this dance and do it. And like, it was fun, but
a mess.
I didn't know. We were like, what effects do we do? Like, we put all these weird things.
40 effects on it, and we didn't know what we were doing. It's so funny. I'll share a link in the show notes to that or something, because I still do.
Oh my God,
TikTok,
it was so funny.
Even though I don't know how to use it.
Yeah. So anyway, I feel like after I saw how much kids were invested in it. And while they would come to class and it was pissing us off that they would be doing something else while we were teaching them. I also was like, I kind of need to know what they're doing to relate to kids because I teach kids. So I was like, I need to know what they're doing. So I downloaded it and was just trying it out. And then I think quarantine was when I was like, all right, I should kind of take this more seriously. And I kind of took the same approach and some of the rules that applied to Instagram and like succeeding on Instagram and did it to TikTok. So like being consistent and engaging in other people's stuff so that they'll see yours and all this stuff, and just trying to navigate the app as is. It was kind of fun because I didn't have any eyes besides 7-year-olds and our lovely students that followed me. So they were my guinea pigs. So anything I would post, they would like. So that was always really nice.
I know they always are so supportive of us. It's so nice.
Right? They're so cute. Now they're like, oh my God, Maya, you were my dance teacher. I was like, yeah, like a few months ago. I know exactly who you are. Don't worry. Like, I'm no bigger than anyone else. Right. Also, for the record, I am not TikTok famous. I just like figured it out. I only now, as of a few weeks ago, have a few thousand followers. So many people have 10K, like it's nothing. Like I don't understand.
TikTok makes no sense with like the way people are found and the algorithm. Like it is a mystery to me because there'll be someone who makes one video and then all of a sudden they have like 130,000 followers the next day.
Yeah, and then it's not even like what they posted with necessarily what they like need. Like I'm nervous to post something that's not very me and then get big for it and then be like, but wait, I'm actually a dancer. So like I started to do more like acting things on it. I think as you get into your like algorithm and as you engage with stuff you like, you obviously see more what you like. So I'm now in the dance TikTok world. So I'm getting a lot of like making fun of ballet class and making fun of dance teachers, which was really helpful because that's what I do. Anything funny that you've seen is definitely someone else's idea. That's like the weird thing about TikTok. And I'm not ashamed to say that. I hope I've credited them, but if not, here it is. Most, like more than half of those videos are inspiration from others. Not saying I like did exactly what they did. I applied it to like my experience as a teacher or my experience as a student in a class, but.
And that does seem to be like really how TikTok works. It's very much a like, see it, copy it, see it, make it your own, see it and react to it. It's kind of like in a way, it's like a communal kind of idea sharing space if you use it in a good way. I'm sure it could be also like people steal stuff.
Exactly. So what I've seen, everyone's telling me like, Maya, like do your own choreography, do your own stuff. And I'm like, guys, I don't have the following to get something picked up like that. And not only that, I don't really want my choreography circulating TikTok. No one credits who needs to be credited. And that's kind of just what TikTok is. You can't control everyone who's going to do your dance. But it's so sad that we all know what the walk dance is, but who created it, I don't even know, and I'm on TikTok. So it's really, I find that really true. I find it really frustrating. Like the renegade dance took so long for people to understand who actually did it. And even still, like I bet you people who know it don't. And like maybe that's not the point of putting your choreography on TikTok. Maybe it's not that you'll get credit, but as a choreographer, I would like credit. So.
Right, there's so much, it's like so much of choreography. Like we already don't get paid what we should. We don't get the credit we should. We don't get taken seriously. So then now it's like, even if it's a kid who's like making something and it goes viral and like a million people are doing it, someone's gonna do it and get money from that. And
Absolutely.
Like, that is
really
so frustrating because the kid who made it up or the person or the choreographer who made it up is probably not even gonna know that someone else is using that in a music video or, whatever.
Someone could get big from, let's say I do my own choreography. Someone could go viral for it, not tag me, and they might not even be a dancer, which is great. Good for them. They look great, but like, oh my God, you're not even in the dance world and you got famous for it. So it's just like...
It's like a slippery slope, I feel like. TikTok... I think we're still figuring it out. It's still so new.
Definitely still figuring it out, and I'm still enjoying it. I think I'm such a nerd now that I've made it part of like my business. I every day when I write my to-do list and write my day out, I always have a time to record TikToks, and I'll always write down the TikToks that I want to record. It's very like
I love
that. I
would love to hear a little bit more about like your day-to-day Like
Sure.
oh my gosh, that's amazing. Look at
This is
this
what I do
notebook.
every day. I write my day, and then I write, like, I don't know if you can see it. I write the day, and then I write the times, and I input what I have, like, already scheduled privates-wise, and then I see what needs to get done that day, and then I have a section that I need to do my TikToks, and then I have a section at night. What do I want to get done at night? Because nothing stops. And
Right.
and that's that. But I love working for myself as much as I'm sure a lot of people have kind of gotten used to that now, working at home, kind of like really making your own schedule, even if you're still at your 9 to 5. But
Definitely.
I love it. I think I used to get and I still do get really stressed with an overwhelming to-do list. Like on Mondays, I'll have like so much I want to get done. And then it'll be like 3 p.m. on Monday, and I'll be like, all right, realistically, I could probably do this on Thursday. I could probably do this tomorrow. I have a really hard time turning off because I think you can relate to this. Like my brain always sees choreography. If I play any song, I see choreography.
I can't listen to music really. I have to just listen to podcasts because if I'm listening to music, I'm gonna be like, oh no, I need to make a video to this, and I would love to use this, and I can't forget this, and it stresses me out.
So, and I think at night is when I am most creative. So I sometimes just let it happen. I write it out. I'm up and I'll just do it. And believe me, when I see something I like a vision of a video, like I have to write it down because that doesn't come every day. But I've definitely gotten better about like turning off, and just like sometimes I used to like eat dinner while I'm doing something else, and now I try to just really, I think with quarantine, I've stopped working a little bit more. And I think since quarantine, I stopped working weekends, like every weekend. Before,
you were just working every day.
Yeah, easily 7 days a week for at least 2 years straight. I mean, not straight. Like, of course, there would be some Saturdays or Sundays that I would have off, and that doesn't mean I was working like 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. But like doing one thing, like teaching a birthday party at night or something, it takes your day because you can't.
Yeah, teaching is never just the hour you're in the studio. I think a lot of people don't realize that, especially if they're not in the industry. It's the prepping ahead. It's the making sure you are, am I wearing the right clothes that I can dance in? Am I woken up enough? Did I eat enough? Which is something that like we would always struggle with before class. We'd be like, I'm gonna pass out. I'm so hungry. Now I ran out of time.
That is by far my biggest struggle to this day. I don't have a bad relationship with food. I literally just like, and you know that I eat candy, I eat mac and cheese, like I eat anything I want, but having to stop what I do to eat is just like, it doesn't happen if someone's not next to me, like nudging me to do it. Like I just not in my day to eat. And so I won't do it if I don't think about it. And then like in those hours that I'm not teaching, I'll be doing other stuff, and then realize 5 minutes before we have to teach for 3 hours straight, I hadn't had breakfast or lunch, and I'm like, I'm not gonna.
It's so you have to really schedule it in. I think especially like when you're doing 100 million things, I think that's something that I've also learned in quarantine is like taking care of yourself. If you're not naturally really good at just doing it without thinking, you need to schedule it in, because ultimately you won't be able to do anything else if you're not taking care of yourself.
Almost every day I learn that lesson, being like, wow, I'm so hungry. And it's like 5. I'm like, oh, I've only had like a minute to like get through.
A mess. That's something I'm definitely still working on.
Totally not a body issue. I've never had any kind of body issues. It's just like I don't stop. So I think eating is inconvenient, to be honest.
Yeah. So I was wondering, what other kind of passions do you have outside of dance? I'd love to hear if there's like anything else that like I might not know, or anyone who watches this who knows you might not know about like something you absolutely love to do. I know you're like always on and always working, but there's got to be like something.
Honestly, I don't know. Okay, something that I've done that I love doing outside of dance is that I used to in college be like a mentor, like a college mentor, and I would be assigned like a freshman who didn't really know how to like organize their college life, because that's such an adjustment. I would meet with them like every week and just kind of like plan out their week with them, give them kind of a schedule, tell them, from 4 to 5, you should focus on this, but then take a break and do another subject, because that is so different for so many people. A lot of people don't work that hard in high school. and then come to college and are like, yeah, read chapter 1. But it's like, you really kind of do need to read chapter 1. Like, I've come from experience. I worked really, really hard in high school, but it was definitely a little bit more relaxed. And so once I got to college, like, teachers don't care about you. Teachers don't care if you are slacking and, I had a test in English and I wasn't able to do this one. It's like, they really don't care. You're an adult. So
Right.
I think, right. And I think one of my biggest skills is being organized and overly organized. So I used to get paid for that in college. So I think I've already started to mentor a few people under like Maya moves, just like in my business, just with my experience. Not saying that I've done anything to get me like viral and famous, but I've done things that worked, and I've seen things that don't work.
It's also
So
like,
you don't have to be
famous to be successful, like, especially in this world. Like, they say, like, if you have 100 true fans, you could be a millionaire. Like,
exactly.
You never know. You gotta find what works.
There's so much, totally, and there's so much that I'm like so satisfied with off of Instagram. Like, my business really during quarantine like spiked, and I think with teaching on Zoom, while it doesn't work for a lot of kids, it really does work for a lot of other kids in a way where that like maybe they don't have to commit to an hour of concentration. Now it's just 30 minutes, and 30 minutes to teachers is like 10 minutes. Like, that is easy. Now I'm signing up more kids for just 30 minutes, and it's for me like just to see a new kid every 30 minutes is different. So I think I would love to continue mentoring others that want to start their own business, or dancers that, like, I've talked to people, artists and dancers that are kind of stuck in this quarantine now, kind of knowing they don't have much of a job to look forward to. How do they create their own brand, and how do they teach classes online? Because it's really not simple. Like, you may know 10 people that said, yeah, they'll come to class, but they need to come every week. Or if they get sick, that means you have that many less people coming, and that means that's how much money you really do make. And it's so much harder than people think. And I'm not saying that anyone thinks it's easy, but there's definitely some things that I can help people with to just start and be successful.
I love that. We could have a whole other episode just about that, and like I would love to talk more about that. I know like that's something I personally need help with, and I know a lot of other people. It's like, I think that you have a really great handle on that, so that's really awesome that you're starting to mentor other people.
It's really just confidence.
Check her out. Ask her advice, DM her, follow her.
Yeah, I've done a lot of research. You can ask me anything.
Seriously.
Yes, definitely. It doesn't mean that I am anyway famous. I just know a few more answers than maybe others.
Yeah.
Or I've tried it for you.
Yeah, and it's so great because I feel like you're also very willing to help and to share and to, not keep that secretive information, because ultimately if everyone can succeed, it doesn't mean that one person is
there's no competition.
Succeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if we're able to kind of get the industry going and lift everyone up, ultimately people won't settle for
everyone will be there.
Worse situations, and it'll help everyone in the long run by building our industry up. So I'm a huge supporter of that.
It's totally.
So
what are these?
We are at the time, and we play my little graphic. This is our question time. So I have 4 different types of questions. I'm going to pick randomly from each one. These are some deep questions. Some of them are not so deep. They're more funny, but just kind of another way to like get to know you as a person.
Not just talking about dance.
I know, which is like, it's
hard.
So hard, and I think that it's so valuable to like talk about who we are as people, also because how can you make art if you are not a person? Like, you have to know who you are, I think, to be making stuff, but I won't go into a big tangent on that. But I would like you to pick.
Ready.
Tell me which color you would like first.
Blue. I'm scared.
Okay. Ooh, you jumping right into a deep one. When was the last time you cried?
Definitely this past week, because I moved and like I definitely was frustrated, like moving boxes, and absolutely broke down. I was like, like frustrated. So that.
Love it. All right. Which color is next?
Pink.
Amazing. Have you ever had, this is the perfect question for both of us, and it's a very easy answer. Have you ever had candy for dinner?
Yesterday.
Literally yesterday,
Yeah.
I had gummy bears for
Literally
dinner.
yesterday.
And it's really, I'm going to eat vegetables today. I promise if my mom is
Yep, me too.
listening or watching, I will have vegetables today.
Absolutely. Maybe.
Next question.
Orange.
Would you rather be poor with great friends or rich with no friends?
Oh, definitely poor with great friends. Come on, that's an easy answer. Death. Money does not buy happiness. Let's remember that.
For sure. All right, last one. Are you close with your family?
So close. I wouldn't have my moves without my family. Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're so
And
literally.
it's probably been really awesome. I know you've spent a lot of time like getting to go home and be with them. It must be nice because you're so busy normally, and I feel like a lot of people in the quarantine have realized how valuable their family is and how important it is to make time for them.
Not even that, like they're the best support system. My parents have never seen dance as like not a career path. I think especially for me, it just like kind of clicked, and they knew I'd be successful really young, which I did not see. And so they were actually the ones to push me to go to college for dance. I didn't really.
That's so rare. I feel like it's usually the opposite.
Exactly. And they weren't even ones to be like, maybe get a second minor, maybe get a second major. Like they were just like, dance is for you, so keep doing it. Don't really worry about any other grade in any other class. Just focus on dance and you'll succeed. And they were right.
Wow, that's awesome. That's so good.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I know I'm lucky. That's fair. I'll say that much.
Awesome. And then the last question I ask every guest is, what brings out your most creative self?
Okay. An easy answer would say, put on any song and just dance it out. But something that, when I guess kind of changing the question a little bit, like when I'm in a creative rut, something that will like inspire some movement, because I'm always choreographing something new like almost every day. I'll go back and watch some stuff that used to give me inspiration. So for example, those early years of So You Think You Can Dance have some of the best dances, and I don't realize how much inspiration I had taken from them already. So whenever I'm feeling like, ooh, I don't know what kind of move goes here or what kind of style I'm looking for, I'll go back to like Travis Wall, Allison, just anyone that I was obsessed with those years, easily give me inspiration. And I think, as you can relate, like we've done so many genres of dance and different styles, and like when you go through a period of time when you like focus on one style, you get really great at it, and that's kind of where your inspiration goes. But when you need to look jazzy and you just took a modern class, it's not as like easy. Like all of like your vocab doesn't come back. Like I kind of need to watch a little bit of jazz to be like, oh yeah, like I can move my.
How to do that move, or like I could do a pivot turn here.
See, I already knew that. Exactly. So I struggle with that a little bit, with like kind of knowing what genre to like stick with and what inspiration to draw from. So that's what I do. I watch videos like anyone else would, and TikTok.
Awesome. And now, if you have anything you'd like to plug, I know for anyone watching on YouTube, I have Maya's Instagram written below, but for everyone who is listening in the podcast, tell them your Instagram, tell them your website, your TikTok, tell them everything they need to know if they want to find you.
Okay, here we go. Instagram @Maya.moves. TikTok @Maya.moves. And that's truly all I need to plug, because you'll find me there, catch me there. If you are not a dancer and you just want to watch funny videos to uplift your day, I've got it. That's all you need.
I love it. Amazing. And then for anyone who is out there watching on YouTube today, definitely subscribe, like, turn on all the bells and whistles of whatever's there. You can follow me at Essentially Haley. That's where I post all of the dancers doing stuff, information, and all the DIY fun stuff. I'll definitely be posting.
Yeah, let's see it.
Finished. I'm not finished yet,
Beautiful.
but I think it's actually looking pretty cool. It's turning out better than I ever expected. So yeah, definitely follow me on Instagram, essentially Haley, and then you can follow me on Instagram at Haley Grove for my personal and my dance stuff. And yeah, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before
Let's do it, people.
2021. I think I'm at like 130, so I still have a ways to go, but maybe we
doing it.
can make it happen. What
Let's
else?
do it.
Yeah, subscribe to the podcast. Dancers Doing Stuff goes live every Friday. This episode will be not this Friday, but in a few Fridays, because our Sunday episodes have kind of given me a little backlog for the episodes. And then on Sundays there are mini episodes, and I just started going through the Artist's Way, which is really awesome. I've always been wanting to do it. This week on the mini episode on Sunday, I'll be talking about the first week, which is the first chapter of the book and my experience with it. And so if you would like to join, definitely check that out. I'd love for you guys to go through the course with me, and so we can like hold each other accountable. And with that, you can join the Dancers Doing Stuff Facebook group, where we can all post our creative journey and just like share and have a safe space to create. And I
love
those
that.
are all the things that I have to plug, I think.
Well, props to you for highlighting artists and dancers. This is an amazing platform.
Oh,
I can't wait for more.
I know, it's been really fun. Honestly, like, it's so exciting. And I'm so glad that so many people have actually said they would be guests. So I'm very grateful to have you here.
It's nice to have, be heard as an artist and a dancer. It's more important for everyone to hear it. Yeah. I love it. Thanks for having me.
Of course. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.